They've proven they're one of the best teams in the nation, ranked number 10. They think they're even better. Tonight they host a tri-meet. Alaska Anchorage and UC Davis are here at historic Hill Coliseum in Corvallis. And hi everybody, along with Janae Honest, I'm Rich Burke. Welcome to our coverage here on Pac-12 Insider and on Women's Sports Network. Week 6 of the season, and the Beavers are progressing nicely.
Absolutely. And Oregon State has not only been keeping it up, but they've been stepping it up. They have the depth that they need, and now they've been throwing in upgrades, still being intentional, focusing on those details and honing in on those landings.
Yes, and a couple of weeks ago in their last meet at Auburn, what a great job they did on being 49-3 plus is their average this year, 4th in the country.
Yes, the Beavers have been extremely zoned in and ended up going lights out on the balance beam. And that 49.525, I believe, is exactly what you want to see on the road as a score. And they stuck every single dismount, went 6 for 6, and you see Jay Perry flirting with perfection at 9.975, and they're going to change up her routine a little bit because they want to go for the 10.
Yeah, she's the school's career record holder in perfect 10. She has 11, but she's seeking her first this year. Is tonight the night she gets it? You got to stay tuned to find out. She will anchor every rotation for Oregon State. When we come back, the Beavers will be on vault. A tri-meet, Oregon State, UC Davis, Alaska Anchorage. Back in a moment. Corvallis, and that includes this gymnastics team has a chance to make the NCAA championships. Most of our telecasts feature 2 teams, and on those shows with alternating coverage of the teams and only one gymnast performing at a time, we give both teams equal time. Tonight, with 3 teams competing, they'll be performing at the same time on 3 different apparatuses. So we're focusing on the home team, Oregon State, and we'll show UC Davis and Alaska Anchorage as time and logistics allow. Oregon State will be in Olympic order, vault, bars, beam, and floor. And they will start things on vault. And Natalie Briones, a senior from Gilbert, Arizona, will start matters off for her head coach, Tanya Chaplin, in her 28th season as head coach. Led her team to regionals every year, to nationals 13 times in 27 years. And she says she loves teaching and helping athletes on their journey and how to transition to the rest of their lives. And Janae, that is the exact right approach. She isn't coaching just for this season. She's coaching these young women for what they're going to be in the next 10, 20, 30 years.
Right, because we don't have, or gymnasts usually don't have, you know, a pro career after, right? So we go to school and you really want to study what you want to be when you grow up, right? Or, you know, or what career you want to pursue. And so I think that's what they are, is not just gymnastics coaches, but life coaches.
Marie-Sophie Bagash is the head coach of Alaska Anchorage. That's actually the assistant. That is assistant coach Kendra McFeeters, and McFeeters in her 4th season as an assistant coach there, and she was a gymnast at Alaska Anchorage in 2018. And there is Tanya Ho Gomez, the head coach at UC Davis. 3rd year for her alma mater, last 2 years of interim. After 3 years as a head coach, guess where? Alaska Anchorage, 2018 to 2020. One of the top gymnasts in UC Davis history and a member of the UC Davis Hall of Fame. The first Aggie ever to make 3 straight trips to the NCAA postseason. And there is the head coach for Alaska Anchorage, Marie-Sophie Bagash, her 5th year, former Seawolf gymnast, 2013 to 16. Get this. Graduated with a 4.0 GPA and a degree in aviation technology. I asked her what she did with it. She said, I was a bush pilot for 5 years. I said, you're kidding. And I said, how many trips? She said, thousands and many adventures. She was a bush pilot for 5 years and now is coaching gymnastics.
Yes, and actually a transfer from Talladega is studying aviation as well. And so it's just really cool that they have that opportunity to pursue that dream career, it seems like.
Isn't it? What an incredible background for Marie-Sophie Bagash, the head coach for the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Natalie Briones been Sage Thompson, Sophia Esposito, Caitlin Garcia, and Brianna's a senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Last year was in every vault and bars lineup, competed 5 times on floor. This time, so far this year, just vault and bars. Last meet had a 9.8 leading off the vault lineup after a season high, 9.85 the previous meet.
She's a very solid lead off, very clean. Yurchenko full, just the slightest hop back. Great start for the Beavers.
And so while Oregon State's on the vault, UC Davis is on bars, and Alaska is on floor. Our first of 2 tri-meets over a 4-day period at 6 o'clock on Monday. Alaska Anchorage will be here again, along with the University of Washington, as a couple of old Pac-12 foes get together.
So much gymnastics going on, I feel like the audience has a lot to look at, a lot to focus on.
Yes, they do. And many eyeballs will be on Oregon State, and Sage Thompson, the senior from Lehigh, Utah, has gotten progressively better in her vaults. They're a 9.75, then a 9.775, and last meet a 9.8.
Looks like it's actually Sophia that'll be going next. Maybe they swap the lineup.
Sophia Esposito. So no Sage Thompson. It's Sophia Esposito. Last meet had a 9.7 at Auburn. In the previous meet here, at home, scored a career high 9.925. Sage Thompson will be going 5th, just ahead of Jade Carey. Awaiting the score for Natalie Briones.
Another Yurchenko full. She gets a lot of power and distance on this ball. Very clean, beautiful landing. Got those heels together. That's absolutely going to be a great score. Just another closer look, and I just want you to notice her form. Her legs and toes are squeezed together, straight body throughout the twist, and just that hop back.
In her last home meet, she had a career high 9.925. How close to that is this one?
I think it's going to be pretty close. This does start from a 9.95, so I think it'll probably be a 9.875-ish, so maybe a little lower only because she didn't stick it.
So we're awaiting the score for Sophia Esposito, while Caitlin Garcia gets set to go with her vault. She has a vault with a 10-0 start value. It's got a 9.775 each of the past 2 meets. Her high this year. She's been in every vault lineup since the beginning of her sophomore year 2 years ago. 9.825 for Esposito, so that's a 10th off of her career high that she had in the last home meet.
Yeah, it's really her landing that they deduct from, but she does have that 10.0 start value. Very dynamic and much better on the landing, just that step to the side, so that's going to be definitely better than that 9.775 you mentioned.
Not a lot of people. High fives all the way around for Caitlin Garcia for 3rd in the Oregon State vault rotation.
You can tell she's happy with it too.
Again, 9.775s. Her high this year, each of the past 2 meets. Career high, 9.85 5 times. The reason for the 10-0 start value, that blind landing.
Here's another look. She does a Yurchenko 1.5. Great form. And much
Michael
better
Chapman
control.
in the
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely much better control on that landing. So we'll see what the judges give her with that.
Meanwhile, Carly Chavez awaits her turn, the senior from Clovis, California. She too has a vault with a 10-0 start value. Last meet at Auburn, she carded the career high 9.9. Just her 5th competitive vault since being in every lineup as a freshman 3 years ago. 9.775 for Garcia. That matches what she'd done the previous 2 meets. Are you surprised it wasn't higher?
A little bit. I thought it would maybe at least go 9.8 because it was just a step forward, but...
Now Chavez.
Yurchenko, tough 1.5. She was a little under-rotated, so she had to take that step back, so that's going to be a more substantial deduction. She just needs to get a little more block off the horse to get more amplitude and more rotation. Right here, she was a little munched on the table, so she wasn't able to get a good push-off to complete that 1.5 to where she's standing straight up, so she had to take that step back.
Chavez won't be happy with that after having a career-high 9.9 2 weeks ago in the Beavers' last meet at Auburn. One appearance on vault each of the last 2 years after being in every vault lineup 3 years ago as a freshman. And now Sage Thompson, who was expected to go 2nd in the lineup, and she has been sent to 5th in this lineup, just ahead of Jane Carey, senior from Lehigh, Utah, and again got progressively better. Pair of 9.75, 9.775, and last meet at 9.8. How much is visualization a key to what they do, Jeanette?
Oh, very key. Gymnastics is definitely 90% mental. You definitely need to have all your mental cues in order. And I believe maybe we'll see, speaking with the coaches earlier this week, Sage is one of those vaults that they want to upgrade in that, and she was the athlete that was the closest, so maybe that was the change in the lineup order, and maybe why she's going 5th, but we'll see. So she's been doing her Yurchenko full, and she's capable of doing a 1.5. Finds her feet, and she is ecstatic. So yeah, this is what the Beavers want. They want more of those 10.0 start values, and Sage is one that has stepped up to the plate, and I think that's why they moved her later down in the lineup. Just to kind of take...
9.85.
Yep. That was good. She landed just slightly short. She wants to land more with her shoulders above her feet, so she doesn't have to take that step to the side, but she was ready for that landing for sure.
And how much is that deduction?
That deduction, step to the side, is going to be definitely around that 10th or a little bit more. It kind of just depends what the judges want to take, but you definitely don't want to take a step backwards when you are landing forwards, because that just means you're under-rotated and the judges can take more.
So it has not been a great vault rotation for Oregon State so far. Briones 9.75, Esposito 9.825, Garcia 9.775, Chavez 9.7. There's Jade Carey waiting Sage Thompson's score, and the go-ahead for the 3-time Olympic medalist. Won gold on floor in Tokyo in the summer of 2021. Last summer, team gold with the Golden Girls in Paris. Also bronze on vault. Carey, one of the Golden Girls, along with Simone Biles, Suni Lee, Jordan Childs, and Hesley Rivera. 9.85 for Sage Thompson. That matches her career high. And now, here's Jade Carey, seeking her first perfect 10 this season.
Down in her ball back swing. 1.5. That was a good landing. I believe one of her feet did move to bring her heels together.
Just 2 perfect 10s on vault in her Oregon State career.
It's very dynamic. Yeah, she did have to take that hop forward, but notice that she lands really straight up and down. She just gets so much amplitude, perfect rotation, opens up ready for the landing.
Her height is incredible, Jeanette.
It is. She's really had to kind of control it a bit because she's not doing her Yurchenko double anymore. And so it's really just finding that landing, and I think she's getting better and better at it for sure.
And that's her father, assistant coach Brian Carey. You saw there. And now Olivia Buckner will go as an exhibition here, as Carey was the last competitive gymnast in the vault rotation. And Jane's been given a 9-9 on vault. At a 9.85 last time out at Auburn. Her low this year. After a pair of 9-9s, and she scores 9-9 here. Now Olivia Buckner, week 2 against BYU, had her only competitive vault this year, going with a 10-0 star value, posting a 9-7. Has worked hard in the landing and finding the stick.
So 1.5. She did fight to stay on her feet, and she was really kind of struggling to find that landing in warm-ups, and I believe that's why she's in an exhibition spot, just again to get those competition reps under your belt with taking away the pressure of your score counting.
If she sits on this, it's a
full
it's a half a point.
Yeah, half a point, so 5/10. But that stumble back just might be the same amount. It could be up to 4 or 5, depending on how many steps back they take. But yeah, it's really just her figuring out. And I think really she just needs to get better block off the table to get that rotation and amplitude she needs to land that vault.
So Oregon State's vault rotation is done. We have more work to do for UC Davis. Alaska on floor. Ayumi Oshiro in her bars routine. Hoping to put a red line through the last gymnast. Oshiro, sophomore from Belmont, California. Carmont High School out of San Mateo Gymnastics. And we apologize. This is UC Davis's Isabella Fitzgerald, a fifth-year senior from Woodland Hills, California.
She did have to break that connection from her major release to that transition down to the low bar, so that will be a significant deduction, not as much as a fall. Going to finish up with a double layout, small hop on the landing.
UC Davis 51st in the country on uneven bars. Averaging for 48.32. Their high this year, 48.625.
A little bit of form on that dismount. But I think that's a routine to pick back up from the fall that they just had.
Isabella Fitzgerald of UC Davis, fifth-year senior. Our first of consecutive tri-meets here. Washington and Alaska Anchorage here on Monday at 6 o'clock. Pac-12 Insider. Moneymaker, a junior from Sacramento, getting ready for her bars routine at Delaware High School. Dream Extreme Gymnastics. Her mom, Judy, graduated from UC Davis in 2000. She's related to former UCLA gymnast Heidi Moneymaker. 2 years ago, the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Freshman of the Year, Amelia Moneymaker. Tied as the school record holder on bars, 9.925. Score for Isabella Fitzgerald, and now it's in 8.925. Their best, Amelia Moneymaker.
Beautiful Maloney directly connected into a bail. Slightly short on that last pass handstand, gearing up for that huge double layout. Had to take that step. She is happy with that, absolutely.
Again, her career high 9.925, also tying the school record. Amelia Moneymaker.
And speaking with Davis earlier, they're still looking to hit a meet, so that's one of their big goals. Bars has kind of sort of been a struggle for them, so it's really just getting the gymnast to stay on the bar and have no falls.
That is the big key. And now true freshman Hannah Boyd on floor for Alaska Anchorage. Plymouth, Minnesota native. Wayzata High School, Revolution Gymnastics, her club. Season high on floor here in her freshman year, 9.75.
Due to double tuck, they're gonna have to take that extra deduction for going out of bounds.
1/10 for each foot.
Yes.
Hannah Boyd competed to level 10 for 3 years prior to coming to Alaska Anchorage. In the all-around last meet, a 37.775, first career all-around win.
Double pike. Was able to pull it around, landed with her chest a little bit low, so that's going to be a bit of a deduction there as well.
All right, crowd enjoying the work of Hannah Boyd of the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Have a look at her last pass.
This is a double pike. A little bit of form. You can see her feet were flexed and she landed with her chest quite a bit down, so the judges are going to take a little bit on that as well. Something when I was speaking with the coaches earlier this week is that they're focusing on is getting chest up on landing, so she's going to continue to work on that throughout the season.
Yeah, ultra important. And there are their rankings in the 60s across the board. Alaska Anchorage has had a gymnastics team going back to the 1980s. Their last NCAA regional qualifier was Sophia Hyderali, who qualified for the Corvallis Regional in this building in 2019. They have faced UC Davis 53 times. UC Davis holds a 50-3 series lead. Alaska's last win came in 2019. You know, that's what they're gunning for. And there are the UC Davis bars scores. And you can put that red line through Isabella Fitzgerald. They have to count the fall of Jaden Wakita. So a 48 even on bars for UC Davis. And they will be heading next to the balance beam. Tanya Hope Gomez with Tanya Chaplin in the background. Gomez, the head coach for UC Davis, and Chaplin, of course, legendary head coach here at Oregon State. Montana Fairbairn getting ready to anchor the floor lineup for Alaska Anchorage. Senior from Strathmore, Alberta, to Strathmore High School, and then Ken Gymnastics, her club. Season and career high on floor, 9.85. She's done that 2 times, topping her previous career high of 9.825.
The coaches kept going on about her very positive, outgoing, positive energy, which we'll get to see in this floor routine.
And that really helps your teammates, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I think it's your time to really show your personality, and so I'm glad we get to see that. And she also played a big part in fundraising her freshman year, because this is Alaska's second year back on school funding. So they've really fought to keep their program.
Rich Burke along with former UCLA gymnast Janae Honest. Fairbairn's first tumbling pass. Well done. Pacific second team on floor last year and won gold on floor at the Canada Winter Games in 2019. The first gymnast from Alberta to do that in 12 years.
Beautiful leaps, very dynamic. Hitting that 180 that the judges are looking for. Little worm action.
Love it.
Crowd loves it.
How much can that help your score?
I think it just adds a little razzle-dazzle, some flair. Definitely will make the judges smile, but nothing points-wise for sure.
How many required elements are there on floor?
Ooh, I would say, I don't know the exact amount, but you definitely need a specific, you can either do 2 or 3 tumbling passes, you need leaps and jumps, but you don't need a turn for sure.
Montana Fairbairn, 9.85, the season and career high. Hard to find a lot wrong with that one, huh?
Yeah, no, that was definitely a good finish to the rotation for them.
Strong on floor and beam. Also decent vaulter, Montana Fairbairn, the senior from Alberta. They bring the floor rotation for the Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage. This is their 5th meet. They've had a team high of 192.5. Came in a quad meet at UC Davis on January 19th. School record score is 194.2. Another good crowd here at Gill Coliseum. They usually pack them in for gymnastics, and why not? Let the gold medalist Jade Carey's capable of throwing up a 10 at any moment. Got a 9.9 on vault. She'll be anchoring the other 3 rotations. Oregon State getting set for their bars rotation. We're going to have an exhibition from Brampton, Ontario native Haley Perkins of Alaska Anchorage.
An exhibition on the
Holy
floor.
Cross Catholic Academy. Our team was Adrenaline Gymnastics. A non-counting routine, but the Haley Perkins nonetheless.
Double pike to open up. Had to step out of bounds. That'll be an extra 10th.
I noticed lots of good air, though.
Yes, yes, she definitely got the amplitude.
He was in the competitive lineup 7 times on floor last year.
Combination pass. 1.5 to front pike. A little bit of form on that.
2 years ago was a bars specialist, and then 3 years ago, 10 meets on bars, 9 times on floor. Haley Perkins of Alaska Anchorage.
Really unique last pass to round off the width to a 1.5. Mic drop.
Haley Perkins, her exhibition routine for the Seawolves. Now, Janae, you spent time as both a multi-apparatus gymnast and as a specialist. I believe your last year you were a specialist.
Yes.
How was that different?
It was different because you kind of, one, it definitely saves your body, but you kind of, once you know your role on the team, that's, you know, what you really want to lean into. And being a specialist doesn't mean that you have any less contribution to the team, and I think specialists are very special because you can really shine on the bend that you are best at.
Right. We'll see a bar specialist for Oregon State coming up, Taylor DeVries. One rotation is in the books. Oregon State with a 49-1 on vault. Alaska Anchorage with a 48-275 on floor. The 49-1 on vault for Oregon State is actually 3/4 of a tenth better than their season average. No question Oregon State is going to win this meet. The competition for Oregon State is against themselves, against their previous scores this year, and trying to better everything. And again, that vault rotation was 3/4 of a tenth better than their average. And 0.175 off their high, which they had in week 4. Jade Carey with a 9-9 on vault. You know she's gunning for the perfect 10, Janae, but a 9-9 here. Decent start for her and for the Beavs.